here's the deal, getting the no's is actually much more rewarding than all the yeses. We have this way in our brain of thinking that this is good, this is bad. This means success, this means failure. We have this very black and white mentality in our heads. Most of us are raised with this, of course. It's very normal, right? But successful people aren't normal. They don't do things that normal people do. Right? So it's actually, and a lot of times we think we're so afraid of those failures and those rejections. And quite honestly, if we really dig down deep, most of us are actually more afraid of the flip side of being wildly successful, right? Like wildly successful in front of everybody. Oh my God, what would happen if that happened? I know this is something I've had to deal with, especially over the last, few years. It's like, oh my gosh, I won't fit in. Maybe I won't fit in anymore. Maybe my family will just have all kinds of criticisms and judgments for me doing what I'm doing. Now I'm stepping into public speaking, which is super scary, and saying things that other artists, my peers, might deem as being wrong or irreverent, or what I mean. So sometimes we're actually really deep down more scared of the ultimate success, like being as wildly successful as we could possibly dream of being. But I love that you saw like that when we can get close to, this is not good, this is not bad, this is not success, this is not failure, right? Whether it's a painting that didn't go well or getting rejected from a show. None of it is success. All of it's success, actually. None of it's failure. All of it is success. Every single bit of it. Every no you get, every rejection you get, every failed painting or bad painting you get, every single ounce of it is success, plain and simple. So it's actually kind of fun to play a game. I have a friend right now, we're in a coaching group together, and she said, this month I'm playing a game of getting 30 no's, 1 no a day. Because her business is, she's selling something. And so she's reaching out to people. And what was holding her back was she was afraid of people turning her down or saying no to her service, right, that she's offering. So it's really a beautiful way to free ourselves from that, trap, from that imprisonment of the no and the failures, all the things that we think are bad. It's like, can we actually relish in the no's? Can we actually reframe this and turn it around and go, how many rejections can I get this year? Let's go. Let's freaking go. How many competitions can I enter? Let's rack up the rejections, right? Because the logic is the more competitions you enter, the more you put yourself out there. Yes, you will get some no's, you will get some rejections, but you're also going to get a whole lot more success by doing that, right? It's just probability. We have to see ourselves on the same level, right? Like I am capable of that. I may not be there yet, and there isn't better than where I am now, right? Like that's the other thing. Sometimes we build it up in our heads, like if I just get this, this will be better. And what that is like, you're really in problem solving mode. You're giving your power away, and you are trying to use an external situation. This is why it falls flat for us. You're trying to use an external situation or external validation, right? To validate that, oh, now I'm good enough. Now I'm good enough because I got into this, or this person said yes, or my dad sees me now. Here's the deal. Your dad's never going to see you on that level. They will acknowledge me, acknowledge my successes, but they have a version of Kelly that is totally different from Kelly, whatever I'm on now, Kelly 10.0 now, right? None of us are set in stone. And as long as we continue to grow and step into those highest versions of ourselves, we will always be, evolving. But I think the main thing to pull out here is that the reason why those successes fall flat is because we are putting all of our validation and all of our power on whatever that success or failure was, right? There's also a thing for a lot of us, and I know I still struggle with this. So I'm not even going to pretend that I don't. But I still struggle with this where it's like, can I really just allow myself to just fully like appreciate my own greatness, right? Like my own success, my own beauty, my own power. Like, can I really appreciate that for myself? Like, look at this girl, you go girl. Like you did it, look how hard you've been working. You've been applying yourself so much. You've been painting every day, right? Like you've been out there painting in the field. You've been learning, you've been implementing, you've been applying yourself. And now look what's happened as a result. You did this for yourself, not for anybody else. You did this for you, for you. Also, here's the other thing to watch out for all of you. If you feel like you are failing all the time, sometimes you have to balance the hard stuff, the stuff that's not a strength for you yet, that you're not really good at yet. And you have to kind of bounce back and do something that comes easier to you, more natural to you, perhaps, or that you have more success with. Try to make sure you feel like you're at least having, I would say at minimum 50% success, 50% failure. Okay. Try not to have more failures than what you deem as failure. I don't see any of them as failure, but you may not be able to shift your mindset yet that much. I know in my early days of painting, I know I certainly couldn't see them all as successes. I saw them all as failures. They're all bad, right? So I understand that, but you do want to try to find some wins, some successes, and really balance like the harder subjects are taking a lot of your energy and effort, and you're very emotionally attached to that outcome, right? Okay. So the more emotionally attached you are to it, the more you're trying to force it. Oh, I want to paint these peonies. I want them to look right. The more you are in that place, the farther away you're going to get from achieving the outcome that you want. Okay. Because that's resistance. You're really building more and more resistance. You're trying to force an outcome. So I would definitely swing the pendulum back the other way, take a break. So we can value within ourselves, we can value that we have a love of excellence. We want excellence. We want to be excellent, right? So we can still value that, and we can also understand that this learning process takes time. This is nature. This is how nature works, right? It's going to take time. I need to be patient with it. I need to be patient with myself. And I need to find the wins that are happening right now. I need to find the good things that are coming out, focusing on the good rather than forcing and trying to get that attachment, right? Because if you can't enjoy where you're at right now, you think that you're going to be so happy when that peony painting looks perfect, right? So you think that is what's going to happen. I can promise you, you're not going to feel that way. You need to feel that way now. How can I find the appreciation and the beauty in where I'm at right now and what I've done right now?